Alright, well, success. Check this out. There it is, it's on there. And it's kind of a pain to get those balls installed. So all I have to do is I'm going to put some zip ties around these for extra security, just in case. Just in case it wants to fall off. But actually, that gel worked out really well. Well, that one's just not tucked in there, but see, these front ones are tucked in there. So I actually didn't have to shave it if I had that gel in there. So that actually worked out very well. It sucks I have to modify it, and then I found out I didn't have to after I put that gel. But there's the benefits of using that. And there it is. eBay gimbal on Blade350QX. Now all I have to do, so I don't know, a lot of the ones I've seen, they use a balance connector, and this just uses like it looks like a regular receiver type connector, and it runs off of 12 volts. So well, I don't want to use the balance connector anyways, because then you'd have to connect all those wires in the parallel to series to get the voltage up. And this I'm just gonna, so what I'm gonna wind up doing, see, there's a little oh crap, I may have to take the gimbal back out, but I'm gonna drill a hole right there. I want to see the center part. It has something to do with the molding the body, and there's gonna be a hole right there in the center. It's gonna come out, and I'm gonna solder it to, I'm gonna tap it into this guy, the main battery connector. So it's already 12 volts. I don't have to dick around with the extra connector whenever I plug the battery in. So let's go hop to it. Alright, so there we go. Everything's on there. Well, I haven't fully put it back together, but this is the first time I'm going to power up and see if it'll work. So actually, let me go put this on the table. Alright, so here we go. So I soldered the connector onto the power cord here, and I got it all mounted up now. All good. No camera on there yet, but and I got it mounted with the balls on there, and I've connected the connector. So all I have to do is hook it up. Hopefully it'll come to life. I'll try to do this with one hand. There it is. Boy, it's pretty loud. As you can see, it works. It sure makes a lot of noise though. I don't think it made that kind of noise before. Hopefully it goes away. But yeah, for the most part it stays steady. Yeah, it's kind of odd. Well, you can make a lot bigger left rolls than right rolls. There it goes. It does make a lot of noise, but so does the quadcopter. So I don't know if that's going to affect the GPS lock or anything, though. It's a good question, because I can't exactly turn it off, and it seems to be, it's vibrating a whole lot. Maybe I'll put the camera on there. Try that. Okay. So I seem to be having a problem here already. So I think the reason it was making that noise is because the camera was on there. It needs actual something to counterweight the motors. But yeah, the problem is right there. See that crack there? apparently since I took off some of the material from it, it's cracked, so that's not good. But there we go. It's silent now. Pretty cool. So, well, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do about that, about the mount. But it works good for now. So awesome. Just have to button it back up. All right. So yeah, here's the problem. It's cracked a couple places. Not good. So I think what I'm gonna wind up doing is I'm going to get some JB weld and just, oh, what the heck, a giant piece just came out. Not good. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna get some JB weld, and then I'm gonna JB weld this put as much plastic on this as I can, or JB weld, and then if that fails, I'll just I think I'll just have to use it upside down like before, and then instead of modifying this time, I may modify this mount here. I may just make that wider, and yeah, that should do it, I guess. So yeah, so I can't have that rattling off and falling while flying, so gotta fix that first. Alright, so here it is. I've reinforced the still got the dust and stuff on it, but I reinforced the camera mount with the JB weld, and I wind up filing up in the two sections so it'll fit into the rail again. But there's a lot more grabbing it now, so hopefully it won't break when I tighten it. And I wound up opening up the slots on the rail here, so hopefully it'll fit without breaking. Alright, there we go, it's in there. Yeah, so it's kind of just resting on that. Maybe I may add some more JB weld to it so I can make like a stronger shelf for it, because really the only thing that it's resting on is that little piece of JB weld. So I may extend it out a little more and then start sanding it more, but for now it works. And I think on this nut here, I'm just gonna try to not torque it too much, and I'm just gonna use what is it? Just gonna use well, I probably won't take the camera mount out anyways. I'm just gonna use some Loctite on it. So yep, there you go. It works. It works for now. I just can't bank to the right very much, or else that happens. So I gotta be careful on my right turns. Left, it goes pretty good. I gotta watch those the right turns. Yep. Okay, so I've gone ahead and started reinforcing it, adding kind of like a shelf to it. Yeah, I know it's gonna add more weight to it, but I might want to make sure it's strong enough. This is a really flimsy piece of plastic here, but hopefully that'll do the trick. So it's still very sticky right now, so I have to wait for it to cure, and then I'm gonna sand it down so there's a flat rail on the sides. So basically what I did to make this rail here is I filed it till it was flat. This guy, just along here, and then I finished it up, smoothing it out with this. And then this part sticks out a little to add extra strength, and it'll go into the rail. And voila, there you go. There you have it. It sits on the mount nicely. it balances pretty well. And the camera is pretty light. There it is. A little rail sits there on top of it nicely. It kind of adds an extra millimeter or two. I don't think, it doesn't go on totally flush, but maybe it will eventually. Because I think the center part is touching a little bit. And yeah, so there it is. And there's my quadcopter. I painted it. I camoed it. So I hope I don't crash it, because it took me a long time to get that camo paint job. Now I know why the Army doesn't camouflage their vehicles anymore, because it's a long process. You gotta paint it literally 3 times. So there it is. I will be adding zip ties around here. But yeah, it looks good, man. And it's not actually that low. It's pretty high up there. Yeah, they give you so much clearance here. I don't even think I need these long legs anymore. It's not really as bulky as it is with the box. Let me go get the box real quick. So here's what was on it before. Damn, this flash. But basically it's sitting there like this. So if you can see, let's see if I can get a side profile here real quick. There we go. So it was mounted something like that. So as you can see, it really doesn't take up much more space than this dealie here. And I don't really like using this case. It makes it hard to press the buttons. I don't really need it, unless I'm riding a motorcycle or something where it's gonna get hit or something. But it's pretty steady on this, and even more steady now that it's got the gimbal on there. So yeah, good stuff. Only drawback is it's gonna eat up some power. I don't know how much. I haven't tested how many amps it eats up, or watts, and it is quite a bit heavier. Yeah, I weighed both systems earlier, and this is quite a bit heavier. So there you go. And then the next step will be FPV. So I got a little USB dealie here. It's going to go to the receiver, and I'm going to connect the receiver to, I guess I'm just going to tap it into this guy. But that's for later. For now, I got to see if it works. So there she is. Well, there she is, totally complete. And this is his new camo paint job, and it looks like I matched that that pattern pretty well, or at least the colors are almost pretty close. Looks like I'm missing like a tan in there, but hey, it almost looks multicam, almost. But yeah, pretty cool. So I got the mount on there. I've put the zip ties. It's ready to go flying. So my only thing I'm worried about right now is not being able to get a GPS lock with all these doodads on. It already has a hard enough time trying to get a lock with the camera on. So we'll just have to see. And the thing is, I can't turn this off because I have to plug. When I plug it in, it immediately has power. So yeah, the bottom is still white, so I can still see it pretty good while it's flying. That's why I only did the top, because you're not really gonna see it from you're not really gonna look from the top down. I thought about maybe painting the bottom like a neon green or something, so I could spot it really easily. Or maybe paint the front. Maybe paint the front pink or something, neon pink, and then the rest of it neon white, neon green, so that way I could tell which way is the front and the back. Make it easier to fly, you know. Anyway, yep, we're gonna take it for a flight.